Welcome to InfoHub. In our headlines, Quartet Meeting seeks out policies to strengthen economic resilience. Regional chairpersons are accountable to the people, says Minister Bulkan. Symposium to address suicide, youth violence and psychology hosted. Leadership Development Workshop to boost public service, and Hackathon 2017 launched. Stay tuned for the details of these and more. Now for the details. The 45th session of the Council for Trade and Economic Development, Quartet, opened today at the Marriott International Hotel. The meeting will seek, among other things, to pursue policies that would safeguard the economy of CARICOM member states, especially in the face of the recent devastating hurricanes. Details from Alexis Rodney.
The devastation wrought on several Caribbean countries back in September by Hurricanes Irma and Maria has put at risk efforts to stimulate growth and development. This is according to CARICOM Secretary General Erwin LaRocque during his address at the opening of the 45th Quartet Meeting at the Marriott International Hotel, Georgetown. According to him, the economic impact of the hurricanes is not limited to the affected countries alone, but extends to the wider Caribbean, given the level of integration shared.
Agriculture, tourism, manufacturing, housing, infrastructure, energy, communications have been adversely affected in varying degrees in the countries battered by Hurricanes Irma and Maria. Even as relief efforts continue, the task of reconstruction and rebuilding must get underway. This is critical not only to re-energizing the economy, but also to provide for the social needs of the people as they recover from a traumatic experience.
Chair of the ministerial session of the meeting, Minister of Trade and Industry Trinidad and Tobago, Paulo Gupi-Schoon, said that the meeting is significant, especially since the organization was established to help member countries survive and achieve economic growth in a turbulent global economy.
As small economies, we must embrace the role of the Quartet as stated under the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. We must aim to deepen the CARICOM single market and economy to realize the full benefits of the treaty.
Gupi-Schoon said it is especially necessary for member countries to establish and promote measures to enhance productivity and accelerate diversification from existing economies into new frontiers. The two-day meet will cover a wide range of issues. These include crafting of the internal relationship and implementation of Caribbean single market and economy, to the coordinating approach to the external economic and trade relations, and the strategic directions to the economic growth of the region. For InfoHub, Alexis Rodney.
Minister of Communities Ronald Bulkan has criticized regional chairpersons who continue to boycott meetings, events, and even visits by the head of state to their respective regions. Details in this report.
Our regional chairpersons are going in the wrong direction. They seem to be observing a pattern of follow the leader, but I'd like to urge and caution them that their responsibility and their responsibilities are to the residents of their region. And if they choose not to engage and participate in official functions, then they're doing a disservice to the residents of their region.
The minister's comment was made on Wednesday at the National Day of Villages held at Denamstel, Essequibo Islands, West Demerara, Region 3, where he expressed disappointment at the non-attendance of Regional Chairman Julius Faber at the event. However, he believes that the local government leaders are beginning to recognize that they are accountable to the residents in their towns and not to persons who do not have their best interests at heart.
Change is happening, though I may say that clearly there is no one size that fits all. Given much that we are seeing, and with regards to non-cooperation, many may question, why is this administration is so committed to decentralization? Why not keep all the power to itself, as others have done? After all, it comes with so many more advantages, if you are the government, that is.
Government, the Communities Minister said, believes that if all the power is concentrated centrally, then the problem of division would be exacerbated. Respecting the authority of the local organs, he said, is rejecting winner-takes-all politics and is a key part of government's plan of building a brighter future for all. CARICOM has recommitted to economic ties as the Republic of Cuba signs the second Trade and Economic Cooperation Agreement at the opening of the 45th regular session of the Council for Trade and Economic Development, Quartet. More from Alexis Rodney.
The first Trade and Economic Cooperation Agreement was signed back in July 2000 and provided for, among other things, the promotion and expansion of trade in goods and services by means of free access to the markets of the parties, elimination of non-tariff barriers to trade, the establishment of a system of rules of origin, and the harmonization of technical and sanitary and phytosanitary measures. The agreement signed today between the CARICOM Secretary General Erwin LaRocque and Cuba's ambassador to CARICOM, Julio Cesar Gonzalez, seeks to expand the preferential market access into each other's market and signals the prospects for even stronger and more profound trade and economic ties. The protocol is a further demonstration of the commitment of both sides in advancing the trade and economic relationship, which was established many years ago, providing possibilities for investment. The protocol should serve to imbue in the CARICOM private sector, in particular, an urgency to access the Cuban market, utilizing the preferences provided under the original agreement itself and with this second protocol. For InfoHub, Alexis Rodney.
InfoHub's Daniil Williams joins us again from Main State to report that the third day of the Regional Health Conference saw discussions on challenges faced by health officers and suggestions to tackle this head-on.
As Day 3 of the Regional Health Conference gets underway here at Lake Mainstay, regional health officials have voiced their concerns in relation to the maintenance of biomedical equipment and the procurement and distribution of drugs. Coordinator of the Interministerial Task Force, Shuo Chan, explains.
One of the major challenges that we had found and recommendations has to do with our human resource factor. Many of the group mentioned the competence, suitability, adequacy, professional ethics, attitudinal behavior, commitment, and dedication within the regional system and MMU.
Though the ministry has achieved much with regards to capacity building, officials have promised that more will be done at a regional level. The RHOs commended the ministry for improvements in medical technology and were pleased to learn of plans to embrace a fully digital system come 2018. Caroline Healy of the USAID Global Health Supply Chain Program Procurement and Supply Management, who has been aiding the ministry to investigate the distribution options for drugs, says Guyana has 3 unique segments for distribution. However, the Public Health Ministry does not possess the capacity to deliver.
The Ministry of Public Health doesn't possess the capacity or the resources, both in equipment and people, to deliver commodities to all regions. And the 3 sections are Segment 1, which are Regions 1, 7, 8 and 9. Obviously, these are the harder to reach areas, long routes. As a result, distribution tends to be rather periodic and broken. The second section is Regions 2, 3, 6 and 10. MMU distributes to the major sites within each region, and then the staff in the region distribute from these major sites out to the health facilities. And then segment 3 is regions 4 and 5. And this seems to be an ad hoc distribution pattern. There seem to be a lot more dispatches to region 4 and 5, even though they're closer to the MMU, than in any other region, and we'd like to look at streamlining that.
The RHOs recommended that added to that system, there should be the revision of an essential drugs list and adequate transportation. An appreciation ceremony is slated this evening to honor the community health body. Daniil Williams reporting from Lake Mainstay for InfoHub.
25 senior ministerial officers will benefit from a 3-day leadership development workshop offered by the Department of Public Service within the Ministry of the Presidency. Here's more.
The workshop aims to provide a wider insight into leadership approaches and the tools to promote synergy and high performance in teams within the public service. Dr. Rupert Roopnarine, Minister of Public Service within the Ministry of Presidency, said that the participants selected for the training all hold critical leadership positions and will, in turn, impart their knowledge to their colleagues in an effort to address faltering standards within the public service. Implementation of the Caribbean Leadership Program is vital, according to the minister.
The Caribbean Leadership Program has developed a sustainable strategy for leadership development beyond the CLP lifecycle. This strategy involves, as you've heard from P.S. Brotherson, it involves improving the capacity of the participating countries' national training arms and units to deliver leadership development programs.
Though the unit is small, one of their main objectives is the implementation of training to build capacity to ensure organizational results and efficiency. Reginald Brotherson, Permanent Secretary in the Department of Public Service, explains.
We are gathered here because we are part of the Caribbean Leadership Development Program. This program, of course, enhances skills at the Permanent Secretary level, middle managers level, and now we are at the third level. We try to fashion a program with the edict from the Caribbean Leadership Program to suit our local needs.
Last year, the Canadian High Commission launched a Caribbean Leadership Program, CLP. The $20 million Canadian initiative aims to create a sustainable leadership program for countries across the Caribbean region. Ernestine Leonard for InfoHub.
The University of Guyana, in collaboration with the Caribbean Alliance of National Psychological Associations, today held a suicide, youth violence, and professional psychology symposium at the Pegasus Hotel. Crystal Stahl was there and filed this report.
The all-day symposium saw presentations from academics and stakeholders of the health and education sectors to address the issues of suicide, violence, and mental behavior. Minister within the Ministry of Public Health, Dr. Karen Cummins, stated that the seminar is timely and relevant since it comes at a time when Guyana is faced with many social problems.
Today's symposium, I am certain, will provide a valuable opportunity for psychology professionals from different cultural backgrounds and diverse fields to explore the impact of psychology as a field of practice on community and individual mental health care.
Minister Cummins reiterated the importance of psychologists in society and expressed confidence that the symposium will lead to the formulation of strategies to advance psychology study in Guyana. President of CANPA, Professor Omwali Marshall, explained the intent of his organization.
What we've come to do is to show you an array of glimpses of psychology, psychological science and practice, so that you can see what our profession can offer Guyana.
Meanwhile, UNICEF representative Paulo Marchi said the seminar will assist in protecting our children and noted that according to the UNICEF reports, the Caribbean has one of the highest rates of violence against children in the world. The symposium comprised of panel discussions on reducing selected risk factors, screening for early intervention, effective and promising psychological interventions, and expressions of youth violence and a professional response. Crystal Stahl for InfoHub.
With the launch of their 2017 Hackathon program, the Ministry of Public Telecommunications continues to fulfill its mandate in creating an enabling environment for the growth of ICT. Gabriela Patram tells us more.
The 2017 Hackathon will take place from November 17th to 19th at the Guyana Pegasus Hotel. Teams of 2 to 5 app developers, graphic designers, and other ICT-skilled registrants will once again be required to spontaneously create IT applications to resolve specially identified social and economic problems. Ministerial Advisor and Head of the Innovative Unit of the Ministry of Public Telecommunications, Lance Hines, noted that the ministry is once again eager to host this event.
The prizes, once again, the first prize is $300,000, the second prize $200,000, and the third prize $150,000. There's going to be a panel of judges. We are going to meet next week, and we are going to decide what products we're going to ask the participants to develop over the 48-hour period.
Hines further explained what is different in this year's hackathon.
What we want to do is that once we select the product or products that we're going to ask them to develop, we want to get a subject matter specialist from the respective agency. And what we will ask them to do is give us about an hour so they can sit down and explain how this thing works from their perspective.
One of the rules for this year's hackathon states that submissions must not contain material that promotes discrimination based on race, gender, religion, nationality, disability, sexual orientation, or age. The hackathon will run for 48 consecutive hours, and during that time period, all members of the team must participate. At least one person must be working on the application, and at no time can all members of the team be rested. Registration has not yet closed, and to date a team from the neighboring country Suriname has expressed interest. The 2017 hackathon is being held under the theme Hack to the Future. Gabriella Patram for InfoHub.
Thanks for watching. Connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media. Goodbye.